There's the soup. Guys, I got some cups over there for soup. You could drink the soup with the cups. It's better than those styrofoam things. She just brought soup out. Smells good. Haim, you want? You done? Control. You're an inspiration.
I normally have like 3 shifts. I have like morning shift,
Yeah.
and I take a break. Then I have afternoon shift, and then I have dinner with the kids,
Yeah, but
and then I
smell,
like
man.
an hour or two to kind of just chill and like do whatever. And then I have like an evening shift at work. So
Oh, wow.
so
You go back?
yeah, I mean I work from home, right? So
Wow.
So it keeps me busy.
But you can smell shawarma and not dive in?
No, I mean, just have like a burger, fries. I'm like full. And like I shouldn't overdo it, you know.
Yeah, we all do it. Okay. Cup, please, a cup. Thank you. Roy, just broth if you don't mind. Yeah, I'm just gonna drink it. Yeah. Thank you. Mm. Huh? I would. If you want to make me one for later. Yeah, I'll take one later. Not the bread. Not the bread. Yeah, and fries. Thank you, Roy. God bless you. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שהכל נהיה בברו. Amen. Amen. Okay. All right, Rabotai. Within the span of 2 minutes, like 15 people show up at the same time. Baruch Hashem. MashaAllah. Okay. We are moving on. Hey, Moshe, you're here. We're good. Yeah, I guess that. Okay, so we're going to continue, guys, in Masechet Pesachim. I did not. You have the name? This shiur is sponsored by the Levy family in memory of Ezra's mother-in-law. One more time. Ilana Afsa Badorla. Sheva Aliyat Neshama, huh? Yeah, thanks. Hazak Baruch to the Levy family. Hello, Avi. Okay, here we go. We are moving along here. I don't know if you guys come every week. We've done a lot already in Kiddush. It doesn't feel like it maybe, but in the pages that I print for you, we're already in 35 pages deep into this booklet. We can bind a nice booklet when we're all done. All the gemaras we've done on Pesachim. Okay. So part 3. Just to recap, so if you missed it, you know what we're talking about. The original question is the same original question of if you did Kiddush in shul, let's say Friday night, what if you had given? Let's say you didn't drink anything, or you had a tiny sip, and you go home do you have to make a new kiddush? That's the whole thing started with this question. Or if you go to your friend's house and he does kiddush and you don't eat anything, zero. When you go home, do you have to do the kiddush again? Or are you upset with what you did already? So, Rav and Shmuel, we had a mahloket. One holds the kiddush is good, that you heard in the shul, and one holds no. Shmuel says you got to do kiddush in the place where you eat. And if you don't eat, it's not called a kiddush. We have a third opinion now. So if you turn to the page, the first page in the booklet, the first two is Rav and Shmuel. Rav says, if you heard kiddush from some guy, you're kosher. Whether you drink or you didn't drink. Whether you ate or you didn't eat. It's okay, you're done. Now, if you want to do it for your wife and kids when you get home, that's a different story. You got to do it for them.
As long as you heard it.
But if you heard it for you, you're good. Shmuel says no. Kiddush is tied to the meal. If you're not having a meal, if you're not eating, that's not a kiddush. The halakha follows Shmuel. That's what we hold. You got to do kiddush in the place of a meal, which means if you're doing kiddush, you got to eat something. What? We're almost there.
So could you say that if you had a kiddush without a meal, it's a bracha lematana?
It's yes. It's a baracha she'en tzricha at very least. Yeah. If you did kiddush and you make gefen, if it was for another person who had a meal, that's okay. You could do it for another person who ate. But if you're doing kiddush, let's say you want to do kiddush club in shul, that's why I always yell at the kiddush club guys, except for my father-in-law.
Can you repeat that part?
The kiddush club guys. By the way, kiddush club. This is the way it sounds. No one says kiddush club. It's an Ashkenaz custom that you adopted from the Ashkenazi. Kiddush club. We're he's shaking his head. Thank you, Mrs. Dweck. God bless you. Kiddush club. You go there and you just have geffen, just a tiny bit of geffen. I don't even know if everyone drinks it. Maybe just one guy, so that you can have a lot of she'akol alcohol. I'm not sure exactly where's the seudah in this. Where's the seudah?
Yes, so to eat.
So the question is, maybe grape juice counts as a seudah. That's what we have to find out. We're almost there.
Right.
We're building to that. We'll have to get there next week fully, but we're building.
By default, grape juice cannot be sealed down, or else the whole question would never exist. Because
No.
obviously if you
No.
did,
No. Don't forget the Rashi.
An additional.
No, because Rashi said the Hazan's doing kiddush in shul, not you. All right. Now, so we have a mahloket, Rav and Shmuel. Rav holds check, good kiddush. Shmuel said before, no, you got to do it in the meal. Now we have our third rabbi. Ready? It's Rabbi Yohanan. It's on the bottom in red. But Rabbi Yohanan Ahmad, Af yedeyayin nami yetzeu. Rabbi Yohanan says, if you heard kiddush and you didn't drink or eat, not only is the kiddush good for you, you don't have to do kiddush again. When you go home, you don't have to make a new geffen for the wine. The beracha of geffen from the kiddush, it follows you all the way home. And when you go home to make kiddush again or have a drink, don't make a beracha, just drink.
and just sit in it.
Just say, well, eat, you have to make a hamotzi. Drink.
Fine, but don't worry about the kiddush.
Kiddush is good, geffen is good. It's unbelievable. It's literally the opposite of Shmuel. Rabbi Yohanan saying, what you did in shul covers you all the way home. What if I live a mile home? I walked a mile home? Make a l'chaim, I don't have to drink. The beracha still covers me from the shul. Unbelievable. The answer, Rabbi Yohanan, the ta'ameh. Rabbi Yohanan, by the way, disclaimer, we say this all the time, but I have to say, halakha l'ma'aseh, which means the bottom line law, we'll have to wait for the end. Okay? So don't take Gemara and make it your act on the Gemara. Wait till the end. The answer, Rabbi Yohanan, the ta'ameh. Rabbi Yohanan follows his usual opinion. The Amar Rabbi Hanin, Bar Abaye, Amar Rabbi Pedat, Amar Rabbi Yohanan. All these rabbis say in the name of Rabbi Yohanan the following. Ehad shinu yain, whether you change the wine that you drink, Ehad shinu makom, or whether you change the place where you're drinking, en tzarich lebarech, which means Rabbi Yohanan holds, if let's say we're at a bar drinking, we're all drinking at a bar, a certain drink, we're having Merlot, for example, and then they say, guys, let's switch it up, Chardonnay, go white, Chardonnay. You don't have to make a new geffen. The geffen you made originally will cover you for the wine. If you change the wines, you don't have to make a new geffen. That we all, I don't think anyone's surprised by that.
I'll do it better.
We're not talking about Hatov and Metiv now. That's a separate halacha. It doesn't matter. Yeah, this is not going to surprise anyone, this law. The second part might surprise. Shinui makom. They say, you know what, guys, this bar is a little dead. Let's go to a different bar. This is not where the action is. Let's go to a different bar. Wow, let's go to a different bar. And so we go to the bar down the block. Do we have to make a new? You only get a wow if you come late. You don't want a wow, right? But he has a nice trim. It's a nice.
You made a bit of harona. I have to make it again.
If you didn't make beracha harona, if you didn't bless after the wine, you go to the bar down the block.
Yeah.
You don't have to make a new gift instead of Yohanan.
Continue
It
drinking.
follows you home, which is the same as the
And
shul.
he doesn't put any restraint of time or anything.
He doesn't give
Went
any
to the first
qualification.
Bar next to work at 3:00 and the one later at 6 p.m.
Rabbi Yohanan doesn't give any qualifications.
That's it. You did it, you're done.
Unbelievable. Now, this following passage of the Gemara might be a little complicated. We touched on it the first week. It might be a little complicated. If you're not getting it, just tell me. We'll repeat it. Metibe, question on Rabbi Yohanan. Rabbi Yohanan just said again, if you drink the wine in shul, go home. Don't make a new blessing. Just keep drinking. Question on this. Shinui makom tzarich lebarech. It says straight out. If you change the place you're eating, you have to make a new blessing. You can't just, I make one blessing, I walk all around town on one blessing. It doesn't work like that.
What is the question based on?
This is a braita. This is a halakha. Shinui makom tzarich lebarech. If you change the place where you're eating, you got to make a new blessing. Hold on. Shinui yain and tzarich lebarech. If you change the place you're drinking wine, you don't need to make a new blessing. Okay? Which means if you change the wine from a Merlot to a Chardonnay, it's not talking about Geffen. It's talking about Hatov Emeti. It's talking about Geffen. Not talking about Hatov Emeti. It's talking about Geffen. So, the question is, Rabbi Yohanan just said that if you change the place where you eat or drink, you don't have to make a new blessing. Just keep going. And it says a straight out halakha in the Braita here, that if you change the place you're eating, you got to make a new blessing. If you're eating crackers or you're eating,
Maybe because you didn't have.
we're going to have to get into this law deep, guys, but just on the surface. If you're eating, let's say, French fries, here, you take some to go after the class, back to your house. When you sit down at the table to eat French fries at the house, you can't rely on the blessing you said over here. It broke. You have to make a new blessing.
Unless I had in mind that I'm going to finish my meal
You
there.
have to qualify, huh?
Like when you sit down and
It has to do with your brain.
you're saying, look, I'm putting down, I'm making a blessing of these fries, there's 3 left over, I'm gonna finish it off.
Very good. So very good. There is an intent factor, which we're going to have to build up to. Let's just say for now, you had no plans to take any to go. You didn't plan on taking any to go. Your wife called you. Where are you? Go home right now. Oh, I got to take the rest to go. Okay? So when you pick up and go, you have to make a new blessing. Why? It's called hesech hadat. Your brain doesn't, what's the word, Moshe?
Unless you're a
Your
traveler.
brain doesn't stay focused.
Unless you're a traveler.
Where there's a lot of, we're going to have to build. Just give a chance for everything to come. And so therefore the Braita says straight out, if you change the place where you're eating, you have to make a new blessing. How could Rabbi Yohanan say, if you change the place of drinking wine, you don't make a new blessing? The Gemara says very simple, which is very rare in the Gemara, that you this quickly.
That's true. No?
Tiyuta to Rabbi Yohanan tiyufta. Tiyufta means checkmate, basically. You're right. You win. Rabbi Yohanan is wrong. Doesn't even bother defending him. Rabbi Yohanan is wrong. The halakha is not like him, which means if you drink in one place at the bar, this whole bar example, and you go to the next bar, you have to make a new blessing. He's wrong. Good so far? Okay. Now, Yativ Rab Idi Bar Abin Kamed Rab Hista. The rabbi, Rab Idi Bar Adin, is sitting before Rab Hista. Yativ Rab Hista, he's listening to Rab Hista talk. Bekamar Mishemed Rab Huna. Rab Hista says the name of Rab Huna the following. This braita we just brought, this halakha, that if you change places of eating, let's say the French fries here, the French fries to go, you have to make a new blessing. Lo shanu ela mibayit lebayit. It's only talking about if you left the house and you went to a new house to eat. you have to make a new blessing. Abba mimakom lamakom, lo. But if you're in the same house, you go from the living room to the kitchen to the dining room, don't start making new blessings every room you're in already. Keep the same blessing for the same house. Okay. One more piece in the gemara further. If you're following me, I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 lines down from the top. I do know 11.
One more.
Yeah.
Have to do with physical distance.
So
If you're saying
it's a great,
have a complex that has 50 different restaurants. I ate here, and I go there, but it's all located in one building.
it's an excellent question. It's very, very complicated. It's a big mahloket. We'll have to open it right up soon. Not this week though.
Apartment building.
There's so many different opinions on this. If you're upstairs on the rooftop, there's so many different opinions. We'll have to get to it. But that's not where I want to go today. Yativ Rav Chisda v'ka'aman mishemed denafsheh. Rav Chisda was sitting and said another halakha. Mordechai. Rav Chisda says, guys, one more halakha. Had de'amat shinui makom seich lebarech lo amran. Is where it gets a little complicated, guys. He said, you know the halakha we just said, if you move places, you have to make a new blessing. You take the fries to go, you gotta make a new blessing at home. It's not for every food. It depends on the food you're eating. Now he's qualifying which types of food. Lo amran ela b'devarim she'en te'onin beracha le'acharehen bimkom man. It's a mouthful. The only time you have to go home and make a new blessing when you move locations is if you're eating a food that doesn't need to be blessed in the place you ate the food. It's a mouthful. I'll say it again. The only time you have to go home and make a new blessing on the food is if it's a type of food that requires the blessing to be said in the place you ate the food. Because there are some foods you don't have to say the blessing in the place you ate the food. And there are other foods you have to say the blessing in the place where you ate the food. The post blessing. Right? And so therefore, what he's saying now is, if it's a type of food where you have to say beracha harona, the post blessing, in the place you ate it, then that type of food, if you go take it to go, you what? You have to bless or you don't? You don't have to bless. That was weird. He's nodding his head like it. Huh? If it's a type of food where you have to bless in the place you ate, if you move, you don't have to make a new blessing for the food.
Can you give us an example?
Yeah. Let's use bread because it's the easiest example. If you're having bread, you're eating bread, and then you want to take it to go. Now, bread, when it's time for birkat hamazon, we'll talk about that in a second. Bread, let's start with bread. Where do you have to say birkat hamazon? Can you say it anywhere you want? If you're eating pita here, pita bread with shawarma or falafel, and you don't want to say birkat hamazon now, you want to go home, sit down, or in your car, sit down, say birkat hamazon. Is this allowed? You have to say it in the place you ate? That's correct. That's an example for you. So therefore, no, not yet. So therefore, by the same token, says the Chisda, if you decide to take your bread and continue your meal somewhere else, you don't have to make a new beginning blessing for the bread.
Because the bread overrides
Because the bread is a food that ties you to the place you ate it. It's a food where it's not just like a temporary, non-invested food. It's just a snack. No, when you're eating bread, you're invested. You have to stay there and bless, which means that it's over on top of your head. I ate bread. I need to make that blessing in that place. And so therefore, you can move and take that little cloud along with you. I ate bread, take that with you into the new place. Bread, having a seudah with bread, it sticks with you. That obligation to bless is on your head. And so you can move around and it's going to follow you where you go. But if you just have, let's go to the other extreme. If you're having licorice, candies, M&Ms, you don't have to say the blessing. What's the post blessing for M&Ms? Borei nefashot. You don't have to say that in the place where you ate the M&Ms. You can say that anywhere you want. Why? There's no really investment with M&Ms. It's just a snack. We have to talk about that. Now, where is this mahloket? Where is this law taught that you have to say birkat hamazon in the place where you ate the bread? It's in Masechet Berachot, and we're going to go there right now, so we could understand this perfectly, and then we'll come back to this. So if you turn the page,
I have a
Yeah.
Not on the substance, but on the thing. Have we done it, or it's a different gemara that does another thing? I know we talked about the food that ties you to the place.
the Gemara, our Gemara mentions the only time that you don't have to make a new blessing is if you eat the food.
But we did it like 2 shiurim.
We did it. We read the Gemara, but we didn't. Yeah, because the Gemara expects you to know it already.
I see.
So now we're going to actually study it. So if you look at Gemara Berachot, if you turn the page, oh, they're out of order? Oh, you got to be kidding me. All right, they're out of order. If you turn the page, you see Berachot, and turn the page again, you see another Berachot. Let's do the second one first. It's the beginning of the Perek. It says, El Wadivarim, the new Mishnah. It's Nun Aleph Amud Bet. So the Gemara Mishnah over there is talking about a lot of differences between Bet Shammai and Bet Hillel in terms of meal laws. Bet Shammai and Bet Hillel disagree on everything, but in terms of the meal, this Mishnah. Look what I made in red. The Mishnah says, Mi she'achal v'shachach. Someone who ate and forgot to bench. I forgot to bless. Uh-oh. V'lo birech. I didn't make birkat hamazon. Bet Shammai omrim, yachazor l'mkomo. Bet Shammai says, you got to go back. Yeah, but my lunch break is over and I'm already upstairs in the office. Go back. You go back downstairs to the lunchroom. V'yibarech and say birkat hamazon. Bet Hillel omrim, yibarech m'kom shenizkar. Just say it wherever you remember it. Who does halakha usually follow? Bet Hillel, Bet Shammai? Bet Hillel. So halakha should be over here. What?
But there's a
That
timing.
wherever you remember,
But there's a timing.
wherever you
Backwards or
remember.
forward.
Hold on. Wherever you remember, you do it. Yeah. Now let's turn one page back. The Gemara. That was just the Mishnah. Now the Gemara in Berachot is open. We're good. You're good. We're gonna open it up right now.
Gonna go back.
Says the Gemara. You have to go back. Let's see. What, you go back? Has it ever happens to you? You really make it, you go all the way back.
Question, because the name is Min HaTorah. It's could be good.
You do it, you go back.
Would I go back? No, it depends on how far it's back behind. and-
Here, let's say here and home. Let's say you go home. Oh no, I didn't make kat hamazon. You coming back to the shul?
I think so. You have to.
Wow.
I think you have to. I don't know if I do it, but I think you have to.
Okay. I don't think anyone's coming back. No one's coming back to the shul to say kat hamazon. As you're coming back to the shul.
But maybe you're supposed to come back.
It's a
Security's gone
Huh?
When you go somewhere else, you should eat some more bread. You can say.
Okay, that's coming after.
Okay.
We find out.
He's creative. We have a creative person here. Very good. That's a good point. It's a good point. We'll get there. Okay. Amar Ab Zavid. It says the Gemara in Berachot now. Amar Ab Zavid, v'itim an abdimi bar Abba. The following statement. Mahloket b'shachach. The disagreement between Bet Shammai and Bet Hillel, whether you have to go back or just bench wherever you remember, is only if it's an accident. Only if it's an accident. You didn't go. You left on purpose. I ate over here. I'm going home. I'll do it later. Only if an accident is the mahloket. Ababa mezid. If you left on purpose, knowing you needed to bench and you didn't bench, even Bet Hillel would say, "Buddy, get back." Penalty. Your penalty.
But if it takes you out of your way, also.
Bet Hillel, you left on purpose. You knew you had to bench and you left anyway. Chutzpah. Get back there and bench. If you forgot, you forgot. If you forgot, Bet Shammai holds what? No.
Go back.
Bet Shammai holds even if you forgot, you have to go back.
Hillel said, do it wherever you are.
Bet Hillel says if it's on purpose, you have to go back. If it's an accident, that's where you remember it. Okay, so Bet Shammai holds even by accident you have to go back. Okay. Peshita, what are you telling me this chidush? We should all. This should be a basic understanding. Why? V'shachach tanan. It says straight out on the Mishnah. If you forgot, which means if you forgot, it wasn't on purpose. So the Gemara
If
answers.
you remember, how many people will remember, say, I'm going to go just so I can come back?
Yeah,
No, but it says in the Mishnah, it says, if you remember,
It says if you forgot.
if you forgot.
Yeah.
So if you forgot, doesn't mean it's Mazid.
Right. That's the question of the Gemara. That's the Gemara answers. It's using that word just to show you how strong Bet Shammai is, even if you forgot. Okay. Now listen to the Gemara says. I'm skipping a couple of lines. The Gemara says, Tanya. I'm like 4 lines down from where the red started. Tanya. Amru lahem Bet Hillel Bet Shammai. Bet Hillel tells Bet Shammai, the Dibrechem, in your opinion, that you have to go back, you're penalized no matter what, even by accident. Misha achal berosh habira. I'll give you an example, says Bet Hillel. A guy's on the top of a castle. And he forgot. He went down like 50 floors. Seriously? Rosh Habira? You make him go all the way back up to the top of the Empire State Building? You guys are ridiculous. Bet Hillel tells Bet Shammai. Bet Shammai answers Bet Hillel and says, really? The Dibrechem, in your opinion, according to you guys, that if you forgot, wherever you remember is fine. Someone who forgot a wallet, on the top of a castle, and he went down 50 wallets. Lo ya'aleh v'yitilena. He's not going to go back up and get the wallet. It says Bet Shammai. You're not, the wallet, I forgot. Okay, whatever cash I have in my pocket. No. You go right back up and get it. You'll go up for your own stuff. You won't go up for Hashem. This is Bet Shammai's response to Bet Hillel. Now we have a story to put this halakha into action. Hanahu tere tamideh. There were 2 students. Had abid b'shogeh ke Bet Shammai. One held like Bet Shammai even by accident. He always made sure to go back, like the wallet theory. And it happened to him one time. He forgot to say birkat hamazon on the top floor, and he went back. And he found a wallet full of gold in the top of the floor. It actually happened. The other student left on purpose and said, Bet Hillel holds I could do whatever I want. On purpose. You mean Bet Hillel really? No, was it? Bet Hillel said only by accident. He's using, who's ringing the bell?
Somebody in front of me.
You don't know who it is?
The camera is off.
Oh, the camera's off. If you go in the kitchen, you can see Moshe. We're expecting someone now. Maybe Yossi. He knows the code. Okay, the other guy, he said, I forgot. I'm just going to go. Bet Hillel.
It was his wallet with the gold.
No, it wasn't his wallet. What happened to him? Achle Aryeh. When he got down, he went on his road, a lion ate him up. He got killed by a lion because he abused Bet Hillel. Now, very strong, yeah? Should we wait and see what's going on here?
Yeah, because in my car, because I parked right next to the.
I don't think so.
And there were like no cars there.
It's time at night?
This time of night, it doesn't. I think.
Yeah.
Let's see what he says.
Very.
Sorry, can you repeat the second part again?
Yeah. The second guy, he had to say birkat hamazon. He left. He said, birkat hamazon, Bet Hillel. I'll go with Bet Hillel. Bet Hillel is only if you forgot. Well, I forgot, see me. A lion ate him up in the place where he went to. You shouldn't have left. So the Gemara, what is the point of these stories exactly?
You have lions in
Who said lions? It's talking about Babylonia. What's here? All clear? All good?
How does Bet Shammai hold if you're going too far out of your way to come back?
You're thinking about a different halakha. You're thinking about Netilat Yadayim.
Okay.
It's not
Right,
the Netilat Yadayim halakha. This is a different halakha.
So you can't compare the two.
It's not the same halakha. This is a knas. It's a knas.
Uh-huh.
Don't mix this up with washing for bread.
So anyway, so one found the wallet and the other one
Got killed by a lion. Killed by a lion. So now we have a question that we should all be asking ourselves. What's the point of it? Thank you so much for the story. Number one. Question number one. What's the first, most obvious question you should be asking yourself? Why would the student hold like Bet Shammai? You can't hold like Bet Shammai. We don't hold like Bet Shammai. Remember the famous Kriyat Shema halacha? We've said this a bunch of times. Bet Shammai says, he says,
Somebody said,
yeah, Bet Shammai says at nighttime for Shema, you have to actually lay down, sit down.
Like you're old.
You can't do that. You're not allowed to do that. We don't hold like Bet Shammai. We all that. So what is the student doing? And he gets rewarded? He gets rewarded for violating the halakha and going by Bet Shammai?
Wait, so you're saying that if you're in your bed and you forgot to say Kriyat Shema L'mitah, you can't say it in your bed?
No, if you're already sitting down.
Okay, don't stand up. That I
Hold on.
understand.
Let's say the halakha for everyone so they know. If Bet Shammai says if you're standing up at nighttime when you say Shema, you have to sit down.
Okay.
And then the opposite for the morning. If you're sitting down for the morning Shema, you have to stand up. Bet Hillel says nonsense. Don't stand up, sit down, do whatever you want. If you happen to be standing up at the nighttime,
In the morning.
and the nighttime,
Nighttime.
and then you say Shema, you're going to sit down just for Shema, you're showing the whole world you hold something Bet Shammai, which is not allowed. And the opposite for the morning. If you're sitting down in the nighttime, in the daytime, morning, and you say, I'm going to stand up for Shema, what are you doing? Keep sitting. Don't hold like Bet Shammai. Okay? So this student violates this halakha. He holds like Bet Shammai. Bet Shammai said if you forgot, Bet Hillel says if you forgot, keep moving. No, he forgot, he went back. He gets rewarded by finding a gold wallet.
Wait a second. The Bet Shammai, they go by their own ruling, right? They hold and they go by their own ruling. Or does it make a blame because maybe he was a student of Bet
It
Shammai?
doesn't, well, first of all, it doesn't say it was student to Bet Shammai, number one. And number two, Bet Shammai had to concede to Bet Hillel eventually. What is everybody looking at? Let's check it out.
Come up here first. It's Larry. Who is it? Larry.
Who's Larry? You invited him for shawarma?
Okay, so the obvious question, what was they still me doing Bet Shammai? And on top of that, getting a reward.
Yeah.
And then they're sharing it with us. Like,
And they're letting us know.
Follow up.
Why telling us this whole story to begin with? Okay. We're going to finish this piece. There's one more story. I know that a lot of you guys already know the next story.
Wow,
for
are we
sure.
going to give answers?
Yeah, we'll give you answers. We always give you answers. No, we don't give you next week.
A lot of the next week.
I have to push something to next week, otherwise we won't move. But you'll get this answer this week. Ah, there we are. Okay, let's do one more piece of the gemara, of this gemara, and then we'll get some clarity. The next gemara story, you all know. A lot of you know it already for sure. The following story happens. Here it says, Rabba bar Hana hava ka'azil b'shayilata. Rabba bar Hana was riding on a caravan. He was traveling. Achal, he ate. V'ishtali v'lo berichan. He didn't say birkat hamazon. And now they travel to the next stop already.
So he's sitting on the camel.
Amar hechi abid. What should I do? He said. If I tell the people I forgot to bless birkat hamazon, we need to go back. Thanks. Amruli. They'll just tell me what? You believe God's only there and not here? Bless here. God's everywhere. They're not going to listen to me. It's better if I tell them I forgot a golden dove. Remember this golden dove story? I forgot a golden dove way back there in the last stop. I forgot it there. They'll say, go get it. He went back. He did birkat hamazon. And he found a golden dove. Why a dove specifically? Why did he even think to say, I forgot a gold of all the things a dove? The matili, Knesset Israel Yonah, because we are, yeah, very good. Tafif is a shin. You saw that in Rashi?
No.
Tafif is a shin. Because we are compared to a dove. In Shira Shinim, it says, Hati Yonati Tamati. We are compared to doves. Tichtiv, Kanfei Yonah, Nehbava Kesef. Okay. מה יונה אין הניצולות ניצולת אלא בכנפיה, אף ישראל אין נושאים אלא במצוות. Just like a Yonah, she protects herself, a dove, with her wings, so too our protection is our wings, which is our mitzvot, which is birkat hamazon. It's a nice story. Okay, first of all, a couple of things to the Ben Ish Chai. Number one, if you remember, by Hanukkah class, we said Zahav and Kesef. One is Gevurah, one is strong deen, judgment, and one is Chesed, one is mercy. Remember which one is which? Zahav is Gevurah. And what's the hint? How do you remember? Remember the Ben Ish Chai? Zayin He Bet. Zayin 752 keeps going down. 752 keeps going down. Kesef 20, 60, 80 keeps going up. Gevurah is constraining. Constraining is going down. Chesed, opening up, is going up. Bet Hillel is always Chesed and Rahamim. Bet Hillel is easy. Like the Hanukkah candles, we go up. Bet Shammai, Hanukkah candles, we go down. One less every night. And so Bet Shammai is gold. And so you follow Bet Shammai, you get the gold. Get the gold wallet. You follow it, that's what Ben Ish Chai says. Number one. Number two, why would he think to say a dove? And he has a very interesting pshat. It's kind of a stretch with respect. I'll tell you what he says. He says it wasn't a lie. Birkat hamazon has 4 blessings in it. The first blessing, Hazan, starts with the letter Hey. Yonah, dove, ends with the letter Hey. So the Hey of Hazan is for Yonah. The second one, Birkat ha'ar, it starts with the word Nodeh lecha, which is Nun. Yonah, the second to last letter, is a Nun. So the Hey and the Nun, Hazan and Nodeh. The third one is for Yerushalayim. Yerushalayim has 6 letters, which is a Vav. That's the third last letter of Yonah, Vav. And the fourth one is Hatov ve'Ametiv, which is 10 letters. And that's the Yud of Yonah. And so each beracha corresponds to a letter of the word Yonah. Very nice, says Ben Ish Chai. Okay. Now, we have to get some answers. So let's turn the page.
By the way, why are we asking the same question over here? Why would you want to go back to make the attack?
He said he forgot. And he's following Bet Shammai. He's following Bet Shammai. And so the same question. Another story of someone who follows Bet Shammai? What is going on here? You're not allowed to follow Bet Shammai. You know what I mean? Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Why are we asking the same question?
We should.
I'm going to go home and
We
come
should.
back.
Okay. What do we have next, guys? Turn 2 pages because remember it was out of order. Rabbeinu Asher, the Rosh. Page 33. Look at this Rosh. There's nothing silly.
What do you say? It's a golden dove?
Gold, no. The golden dove, he's using both. Gold is Bet Shammai, and the dove is Birkat hamazon. So he's going Ben Ish Chai. Okay. Look at the Rabbeinu Asher, the Rosh, on page 33 on the top. It's a skin. And so he says in the follows on top, Gemara. See where it says Gemara? My eyes go straight to it. I'm not sure if your eyes go straight to it. Gimel Mem on the right column. Big Gimel Mem, Gemara.
Which page?
On page 33 on the top, first column of Rabbeinu Asher.
Right in the middle.
Is right in, Gemara, Gimel Mem. Amar Rab Zabid, Mahloket b'shogeg, Abba b'mezid, Divrei HaKol yachazor l'mkomo v'yibarech. This is what we just said, which means Bet Shammai and Bet Hillel are only arguing if you did it on purpose. Sorry, if you did it by accident. But if you did it on purpose, if you left on purpose, both hold, get your behind back to that restaurant and say Birkat hamazon at the restaurant. Yeah? No one will allow you to just walk off and bench at home. Tanahu tere talmideh. These 2 students, Had Abid Beshogeg, this is the Rosh. Yeah, the Rosh is the father of the Tur. Right here. Hanahu Tere Tamideh, Had Abid Beshogeg Bet Shammai. One of them held like Bet Shammai and he went up to the roof. Ve'ashak Adneka, and he found a wallet. Ve'had Abid B'mezik Bet Hillel. One guy left on purpose following Bet Hillel, what he thought was Bet Hillel. Ve'achle Aryeh, and a lion ate him up. Okay, it says the Rosh. Ubeseder Rav Amram Gaon, in the works of Rav Amram Gaon, Pasak Halacha Kebet Shammai. He says the halacha is like Bet Shammai. Why? We have 2 stories showing that 2 rabbis acted like Bet Shammai. Proof that we hold like Bet Shammai in this case. It's an exclusion to the rule. This that we said before. Amar bi Yitzhak bar Hanina, Amar bi Hunna, bichule pirkin, Halacha ke Bet Hillel. This that we said before. The halacha is always like Bet Hillel. Bad neha, except for these few halachot, and this one's not one of them. The halacha ke Bet Shammai. Lo ata le'afuki hadahacha. It's not coming to tell you this doesn't count. Mishum da'afil Bet Hillel modu. Because even Bet Hillel would agree with Bet Shammai, preferably. Shetov la'asot ke Bet Shammai. Ela shelo hitirichuhu de'echach, says the Rosh. Even Bet Hillel says, I really rather you go back to the shul or to the restaurant and bench. I'm not going to make you because it's not nice. You already went home. But I want you to. So says the Rosh, even Bet Hillel likes the opinion of Bet Shammai. He's just not going to make a kanas and say you have to go back. That's too strict. And therefore, says the Rosh, we're going to hold like Bet Shammai in this halacha, which means
we don't follow the Rosh.
which means, according to the Rosh, according to the Amram Gaon, if you forgot birkat hamazon, you have to go all the way back to the shul and say birkat hamazon. Forgot, not on purpose. Okay. Now, Rabbeinu Yonah says, "Ulinyan pisak miksat ulinyan piskat." What is the halacha l'maaseh according to Rabbeinu Yonah? Miksat geonim. Some of the geonim, Rab Shmuel bar Hofni, pasku halacha ke Bet Shammai. They hold halachas like Bet Shammai. Even if you forgot, you have to go all the way back and say birkat hamazon.
Of course, there is an example of something that you do purposely and you get away with it. There's nothing that
I'll give you a great example. Like we said, the licorice. I ate the licorice. Going home, whatever the kahana. No, I'll do it later. Fine, it works out.
But you don't have to do it on the spot.
What's the? So you want to know an example of a halacha you have to do?
The question is if there is a love that you do purposely and you can get away with it.
Didn't we just say this like 2 months ago? We talked about the halacha that if you did something on purpose, you get rewarded tefillin. If you talk between tefillin, remember this one?
Yeah.
If you talked after tefillin, shilosh, you get an extra beracha. Remember this? You extra rewarded. You have to be forced.
Because those two are connected to each other, and we already had something that connected.
No, but that's a beracha.
If you didn't follow the halacha,
should not have made.
there is something cool.
But there's no place that you find.
But it's not true. It's not true. This is called lechatechila and b'diavad. Lechatechila, we want you to do something. B'diavad, you didn't do it.
It's the same thing.
But you don't say what
He is saying.
B'diavad. Yeah.
Okay.
That's
You're okay the first time.
That's what the Rosh is saying. The Rosh is saying b'diavad, it's okay. But really, you should go back.
But only the first time.
But
Not every time b'diavad.
What do you mean by first time?
The first time is b'diavad. You say with it.
No, there's no limit on b'diavad.
You can't do the same thing over and over and
Yes,
over
you can.
again.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Maybe.
B'diavad, what does the word mean? You did it already. You can abuse it b'diavad.
That's because you didn't know it.
No. B'diavad, don't add words to b'diavad.
You didn't pay attention.
You did it already.
You did it. Something caused
You did
to
it.
know
Every time I can do it, I'm still you'll say.
Yes, you could do b'diavad, sure.
So then there's what?
You could live b'diavad. I know a lot of people that live b'diavad.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you know how many people call me up there? Half the phone calls I get. What is the minimum I have to do? B'diavad. Okay. Ulinyan piska.
But again, it's a bit of a weird association to say you did something purposely versus you forgot. If you do something,
Even if you did a b'diavad on purpose, it's still kosher.
I mean, I got the same reward, but it's kosher.
that's
If somebody, the kind of Muslim leader, the shul is one home. I didn't.
On purpose.
And then he said, I'm gonna.
So-
It's b'diavad.
No, so even Bet Hillel's more there. Even Bet Hillel holds you have to go back.
And nobody that.
On purpose. he's
No.
doing it.
No.
He's doing
That's
it on
for
purpose.
shukheach.
Oh,
On purpose, Bet Hillel holds you have to go back.
no, the word I'm saying is, Bet Hillel says, not, I would have preferred you to, but
Oh, you must.
no, I want you to go.
You must. Bet Hillel holds if you went home on purpose, you must go back.
And then if it's skin instead.
That's a good question. Thank you. Let's say I violated Bet Hillel. I said, I told you, hey, don't say it now. Go back to the shul. Why? Because you knew. Did you know? Yeah, I know. Halakha is you have to go back. And you say, okay, thank you very much. Baruch atah Hashem, Hazan atakol. You did anyway. Is it yotzeh?
No,
Ooh, it's a massive mahloket. Massive mahloket.
you just broke two.
It's a massive mahloket. If you did it anyway.
Based on.
I'll give you a great example, by the way. This happened to me a couple times. You're at a ball game with the kids. You ever take the kids to a ball game? You're eating hot dogs, whatever. All of a sudden, ninth inning, game's over. Oh, we gotta get out of here. Well, birkat mazon. I'll be stuck in traffic for an hour and a half. Birkat mazon. I'll do it in the car. Well, if I did it in the car and I wasn't supposed to, is it yotzeh or not? Big mahloket. It's our discussion.
Be stuck in traffic for 4 hours. I think.
Either way.
Is there anything to do with being
Like,
Torah?
you do birkat mazon while walking?
No.
You
The
have
first
to be sitting.
the first 3 blessings have to be
Is it more strict because it's Mina Torah? Birkat Hamazon?
to say birkat hamazon is from the Torah. It doesn't say how you have to say it. That's from the rabbis. And it's only if you're full too. If you're not full, not from the Torah.
Yeah.
So there are many poskim who say, which we want to get to, even if you violated Bet Hillel and you went home and you knew about it and you did it anyway, you have to come back to shul bench again.
Wow.
There are poskim who hold this. Yeah, I'll show you.
Wow.
Okay.
That's a big chiddush.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's very strict. Huh?
Your game,
The ball game.
The game is over and you did you're gonna be late to the club. It's just if you stay and you did birkat hamazon.
Birkat hamazon.
Because the Lord
Birkat
comes before-
hamazon is from the Torah. Minhah is not from the Torah.
Study.
It's called human rationalization. That's what we start. I'll put a dollar in the tzedakah box, so it's gonna be.
You're already in the middle of a mitzvah.
So let's finish the Rosh, guys. Ulinyan Piska.
Oh, you said that there is a big machloket. So there are those who say that you did something purposely. You know you have to go back.
Get back.
Purposely you decide not to go back.
Get back.
And there are those who say no. Those who say you have to go back, I can't understand them because you were going against the rules all the time. And they say, listen, buddy, the rules don't change. But you said that there are those who said, okay, you are Yotze. That's
Yeah.
the weirdest. So what
That's
makes
the
the
Jewish.
rule? Why make the rule if ultimately you're allowed to break it?
If I would have forgotten, I would have been yotzeh at home.
Yes,
So then I'm yotzeh at home.
but you didn't forget.
Okay, but it's not a lack in the blessing. It's a lack in my
You
mind.
only make the rules to break them.
So let's give it a chance to come. But this is a massive mahloket. What do you think the Sfaradi halakha is? What do you think we hold Sfaradim?
Yotze.
Say it over there.
You have to go back?
No,
say it
you're
over there.
I tell you, when Shai says no, you say. Everybody says no.
Somebody that's easy to guess. Okay, let's finish this. Let's finish this for today, and then we'll continue next week. So says the Ben Yonah, they hold like Bet Shammai. A lot of people hold like Bet Shammai here. So you have to go back. Why? They're relying on the story in the Gemara. What's the purpose of the story? To teach us halachas like Bet Shammai says. He got rewarded
Twice.
because he followed the proper halakha, says the Ben Yonah. The proper halakha follows Bet Shammai. That's why the Gemara goes out of its way to tell us he found a wallet and he found a golden duck.
But we still,
His name is Yonah.
Very good. Isn't that amazing? It's using the story as a proof.
but we still don't hold like that.
Hold on,
No, but I'm saying the Sephardim don't hold.
you gotta
like
wait
that.
for it to come. You gotta
How is
wait.
that? How is that?
Dessert is not served yet. We're still working the main course.
On this piece of Gemara here, this one.
Yeah.
If you just look at it at face value, does it sound like it's supporting the stories that we read?
The halakha is like Bet Shammai? No. It says B'shachach. If I forgot. I mean, I don't know how it shows the halakha is like Bet Shammai. Okay.
Just by the reward.
Says the Ben Yonah, I don't agree with Rav Amram Gaon. It can't tell me how to Bet Shammai. Can't be. I don't agree with it. Here's what we say. It's always like Bet Hillel. The whole reason we brought the stories, Lo Heviyu Oto B'Talmud L'Dehortet B'Bet Hillel. The stories are not proof that that's the halakha. אלא להודיענו שמי שירצה לטרוח ולחזור למקומו, שיש לו שכרו לעמלו. Only to tell you, it's good to go back. It's good to. And you'll get great reward if you do. But to tell you that's the halakha that you have to, no. That's not what the point of the story. These are the words of Rabbi Yonah. What does Rambam say? Let's cut to the chase.
It's better if you do, you're saying.
Yes. Rabbi Yonah is saying, so again, the Rosh says, even the Bet Hillel agrees with Bet Shammai that you should go back.
Hasid?
Not even Hasid. It's really good too. Let's see Rambam. Rambam says, Mishnah Torah, Kol HaMebarech Birkat HaMazon, or Beracha Ahat Me'en Shalosh. Now you're starting to get a clue already. Not only Birkat HaMazon, he says, also Beracha Ahat Me'en Shalosh, which is what? Ala Mihya, for cookies and stuff. You have to make the blessing in the place you ate it. If you ate while you're walking, that was your question, yeah? Wherever you finished eating, sit down and make the blessing. Let's say I ate standing up. Then sit down for the blessing. Don't eat standing up because your fat legs, they say, yeah? If I forgot to say and I remembered, let's just say within 72 minutes for now. I remembered, I forgot to mazon. Wherever you remember, say it. Rambam holds who? Bet Shammai or Bet Hillel? Bet Hillel. Rambam holds, if you forgot, do it when you get home. It's fine. Rambam holds the easy way.
Don't stand like that.
What if you do on purpose? You left on purpose. You must go back, says Rambam.
What about in your case, right? You're at the baseball game, the last ending, but before you eat the hot dog, you're going to keep in mind that you're going to sip your kind of in the car.
That would depend on when you made the original blessing on the hot dog. You have to have all that calculus in your head. You can't just wake up at the ninth inning and say, it's the ninth inning.
You're a traveler, you're saying.
The traveler knows when he's going that that's a dot thing, which we'll get to next week. It's in your mind. Okay? That's another situation which Ashkenazim are more akin to, which we hope to get to right now. Hold on. Let's say you were on purpose, you went home, and you said, I don't care, I'm not going back. And you blessed it at home. What does Halakha Rambam says? Yatzai dechobato. You're yatsa. It's okay. You didn't do what you're supposed to do.
Well,
Yatsa. You're good. It's good.
Not even b'diavad.
Yatzai dechobato. B'diavad. You did it. You shouldn't have done it. But we're not, Judaism style. We're not supposed to oppress people here. You should have come back to shul. You did it at home. It's kosher. Okay.
Even the guy told them no. Don't.
Let's skip a line. Yeah. It's called Judaism. Judaism is not hardcore. There is gradient levels.
It's going against the whole.
The least I have to do is what we.
This is it. Yeah. This is the Gemara. This is the Gemara. We're opening up all the base on this Gemara. Yes. On our Gemara.
This is all that.
If you know it's wrong,
the Berachot Gemara and also our Gemara that we didn't finish doing yet, because our Gemara is referencing it.
If you know it's wrong, how can you go against it? I don't understand.
Because it's called 613 mitzvot. It's not so easy. So you gotta let people breathe. You can't be so hardcore. Someone didn't violate the law.
Only because one holds that it don't have to go back, maybe. That's why you might be.
No, even if you did it, it's fine, says Rambam. You come back to shul. Everyone else go home. Let's go to the last line of the Rambam. You're really supposed to only bench in the place you ate. Let's see the Tud, guys. We have to wrap it up. Tud. The Tud is who? Sfaradi or Ashkenazi? Ashkenazi, the son of the Rosh, who is the one on the top. Says the Tud, someone who left the meal place without benching. Lo shani shogeg. It doesn't matter if it was an accident. Lo shani mizid. It doesn't matter if it was on purpose. You got to go back. With a barich, and you go back and say birkat hamazon. Halakha like Bet Shammai or Bet Hillel? Bet Shammai, like his father said.
Well,
Strict.
yeah, this was before people had cars.
So yeah, imagine. Okay. What if I didn't listen?
Go too far.
What if I didn't follow the law according to the Torah? Birech b'makom habet. I did it anyway at home. I'm not going back to shul. You're not getting me back there. I blessed at home. Im haya shogeg, if it was an accident, yatsa, we'll let it go. Yem haya mezid, you left on purpose. And you said birkat hamazon at home, lo yatsa. Do it again.
So it only has to
Do it again.
back and forth. It only has to do with back and forth.
Huh?
If you said at home and you went back,
According to the,
wouldn't it be?
yes, you made it on your head. According to the Torah.
You gotta go do it, but they're gonna make you do it anyway?
Yes, get back here. That's why I said get your behind back here. Get back here.
They're gonna get you ready. They'll tell you did the baracha, and then you have to go back.
Oh yeah.
Now you're in a double penalty. You're in a penalty.
What you're saying is that you're the judge, there's no policeman. The
No.
guy knows that.
Obvious always there's a box, there's people outside the box, there's people way outside the box. Obvious always has the bird's eye view.
Because
You're right.
it
What's,
knows halakha.
if he's gonna break the halakha, why would he follow that one?
Because you're saying that, so he doesn't know the law, right? He doesn't know that if he goes home, that means that he's gonna bench, not gonna do it.
Yeah, you could say
He
that.
knows.
Yeah, but the guy told him.
Going home because he knows that-
His friend told him,
Obvious good.
you're not allowed to do it. You have to go back. I'm gonna bench over here
Obvious
anyway.
good. Roy, what's the answer?
That's what makes it serve for go back.
No, he's saying if a guy doesn't listen and he benches at home, why would he listen to go back and do it again?
He's not coming. He just have to go back. Because every you tend to Shuvah and-
There you go.
Or maybe he didn't.
The Hasidic,
Hey, who at home is gonna go home? By the way,
okay, guys, let's wrap it up so people can actually go
You
home.
didn't say if it was 10 miles away and it would take you 2 hours to get home.
You should not have done that, says the Torah. You violated the law.
2 hours on my.
You violated
my
the law.
food's out of
Don't
it.
ever do it again. Don't ever do it again. But Rambam disagrees. Rambam says whatever happened at home happened. Okay. Bet Yosef on this tour. Let's read it kind of quick. Bet Yosef Sephardic, yeah? Misha Achav Yatzav Komo. Hanan. Misha Achav, I'm going to read very fast, guys. So stay with me if you want. Misha Achav B'Shechach V'Lo B'Rech V'Lo B'Rech Ma'amrim Yachadon Komo V'Rech. Bet Yosef says no. Mahloket B'Shechach V'Mazid. V'Chatav Harosh. The Rosh wrote, the Seder Levi Amram, Pasak Halachak Bet Shammai, Amram holds like Bet Shammai, and so says the Ben Yonah, B'Shem HaGeonim, Abba Rambam, Beperek Dalet Posek Bet Hillel. Rambam says like Bet Hillel, that if you got home, do whatever you want at home.
Who writes all this?
Bet Yosef sums up always the whole thing. Beautiful. The Rambam writes, the Afagav de Mezid, even though you really on purpose, you got to go back. If you did it at home anyway, it's okay. Leave the guy alone.
The Bet Yosef is the one before Shulchan.
Yeah.
Before he brought it into.
Before he made his own book. ומה שכתב רבנו בירך במקום השני, אם היה שוגג יצא, היה מזיד לא יצא. This that Rabbeinu, the tour says that if you did it at home on purpose, you're not yotze, you have to go back. That's the only answer. He holds like Bet Shammai. Even by accident, you have to go back. If he held on purpose, you don't have to go back. It's only the proper way to go back. There has to be a differentiation between accident and on purpose, says the Bet Yosef. There can't be the same halacha for on purpose and accident. It doesn't make any sense.
On the Yotzeh part of it?
Yeah, on the Yotzeh part. Even if you hold like Bet Shammai, that you have to go back. And you also on purpose you have to go back. And if you did it at home, you're not Yotzeh.
That's what we're saying. Doesn't make sense.
It's too much, says the Bet Shammai. It had to have levels.
That's what Avi said. That's what you said.
Yeah.
That's what I said. It's something that makes sense.
About
all the rules and tell you to break it.
yeah,
I
about
think it's there just to teach you how important it is to bless what you do. It's not realistic.
it's a mind thing.
It's just to tell you that it's really important. That's all they're saying.
Okay.
You wouldn't know you can do it. It doesn't make any sense. Why would you go all the way down
And I think it's more
to realize that you're
2 more minutes, guys. 2 more minutes. Shulchan Aruch. Now the Bet Yosef writes his own book. What does he decide to write in his book? Mishu ochel b'makom echad. If you ate in one place, tzarich lebarech kodem shi'aked mimikomo. You have to bless before you leave. You can't leave until you bless. V'im yatsa b'mekomo, if she left anyway, v'lo b'ilech, and you didn't bench, im haya b'mezid, if it was on purpose, yachazor l'mekomo, you gotta go back. V'yibarech, v'im berech b'mekomo shenizkar, yatsa. But if it was on purpose, and you did it anyway,
You forgot.
and you, no, on purpose, you did it anyway, it's okay. Like, exactly like the Rambam.
100%
Like the Rambam. Sephardim are easy. Like Rambam. Look at Haggah, the Ramah.
If he changed his mind?
I don't know.
No, he was explaining the Torah. He was, the base Yosef, he was just explaining the Torah. And he was disagreeing with it. Let's see Haggah, the Ramah. The Dafka, the Da'at Rambam. The Ramah has to interject. Guys, this is only according to the Rambam. Abba, the Da'at HaRosh, but according to the Rosh, that even by accident you have to go back. Then so which means the Rosh holds if it was an if it was on purpose, you have to go back.
Okay.
Then if it was an accident, you have to go back also. It's not Yotzeh. I'm sorry. If it was on purpose and you didn't go back, it's not Yotzeh.
It was on purpose.
He's quoting the Rosh. This is the Ramah. Yeah, he's saying. Says back to Maran Shulchan Aruch now. If it was an accident, the Harambam, he said the Harambam. According to the Rambam, bless wherever you remember.
Yeah, because it was by accident.
Shulchan Aruch is writing this. Maran Shulchan Aruch is writing this. Yeah, it's like back to it. And it's very rare he says this. The Harambam, according to the Rambam, bless where you did. Or the Harab Rabbeinu Yonah, the Harosh, Gamu Yahazlam.
Because it was by accident.
Bet Yosef is giving you Shulchan Aruch is giving you all the info. According to the Rambam, you're good. Huh?
No. Okay, it is the same. You say, you know what? I don't focus.
Okay, so Ezra. So the only way this is going to work, and we'll do this next week, is if when you made the initial beracha, Rishonah, you said, I'm not finished. I'm going to eat a little bit here. I'm going to eat a little bit there. And you have to actually eat over there also. Okay, hold on. Guys, we're almost done. Huh? Like you suggested, which we'll do next week. Kaf HaHayim on the Shulchan Aruch. Says the Kaf HaHayim, last page. Bedavka l'da'at HaRambam. This is all the Rambam, says the Kaf HaHayim. About l'da'at HaRosh, af b'di'avad lo yatzah. But according to the Rosh, it's no good. Ayem b'taz. Look at the Taz, he says. Ma she'erich bazeh. He goes on at length about this, and I did look at it. It's very long. The Siyam and the Taz finishes. Ulinyan halacha, halachically, yesh lanu lefsok, safek berachot la'akel. Says the Taz, safek berachot la'akel. When in doubt, don't make another blessing. Whether it was on purpose, whether it's an accident, just don't say anything new. No new blessings. But if you didn't make if you didn't bench at home yet, you must go back. According to the Taz, even by accident. If you knew it, you have to go back. I don't even shot if you have the possibility. Hold on. Shulchan Aruch says he gives you the two options: Rambam and the Rosh.
But he doesn't rule.
He at the end he hands it.
Like the Rambam.
He gives it to you.
We don't hold like the Rambam.
He said the Rambam. He doesn't say that's how I rule.
In the beginning he makes it sound like it's him, and in the end he just says these are the rabbis. So it's sort of like it's kind of non-committal. The Ramah says, hey, don't forget about the Rosh. The Rosh says you have to go back. Now we have Mishnah Be'ura and Hacham Yitzhak Yosef, and we're done. Mishnah Be'ura is Ashkenaz law, Hafetz Chaim. The Da'at HaRambam, Tatzalomad, the Sivirale B'samuch the B'shugeg Afak Tehila Yochel B'Arich M'kom Shenizkar. Dai Lanu Im Nachmid. I love the way he writes it. Dai Lanu, according to the Rambam, it's enough. Im Nachmid B'Mezid, that you make a guy on purpose go back to shul. Isn't that strict enough? About that, but it's also, you have to add on to this, that a guy is not Yotzeh. It's too much. But according to the Rosh, according to the Rosh, even by accident you have to go back. It has to make sense that for a mezid it should be further penalized than a shogeg. How could you be the same penalization for a shogeg and a mezid? According to the Rosh, how could it be?
But what does he rule?
If the Rosh would hold that whether it was an accident or whether it was on purpose, you benched, you're not yotzeh, it doesn't seem fair.
It was on purpose.
Yeah. You have to say that if you benched an accident, you're kosher. Otherwise, it's too strict. Accident on purpose is the same halakha.
Then you have the same level. You haven't created the level.
Ulinyan halakha, halachically says the Mishnah Be'ura, Ashkenaz, Hiskimu ha'haronim, almost all of the later rabbis agree, Don't go back and say another birkat hamazon. Even if you went on purpose and you benched already at home. Don't do it again. Someone who eats in a place, you have to bench in the place where you ate. Before you leave to a new place. If you left your place and you didn't bench, if it was on purpose and you knew, you must go back. If you did the blessing at home and it was on purpose, keep it. If you left that and there was an accident, you forgot.
Say it over there.
If you have more bread, like you were saying also, eat more bread at home. Another kazait, not one bite. Another, like have a kazait of bread at home and make that your new place of your meal. And don't make a new blessing. If you're strict on yourself, and you go back anyway to your place, even by accident, he should be blessed. Where does this come from? The wallet story. And so if it was on purpose, you gotta go back. If you benched anyway at home, keep it.
Both Mishnah
Again, the same.
We agree. Yeah. Is the halakha of Bet Shammai or Bet Hillel? Machloket.
It would make sense that you get the credit for making it become Hamazon, but you don't get the credit for making it become Hamazon in the place that you're supposed to.
Absolutely. You did become Hamazon. You did it.
You just put it in.
I bless. It says, eat, be satisfied, and blessed. I blessed.
Right.
I mean, you could check it off. I blessed. Yeah, but you didn't satisfy the rabbi's requirement to bless in place. Next week, guys, we have to talk about which foods fall under this category. We said bread. What about mizonot? What about figs and dates and pomegranates and fruit from Israel? We said they also have a special beracha.
They're all
When we say me'en shalosh, we mean anything with a special beracha, or we mean just mizonot foods and bread. We have to open it up and say wine. If I had wine, do I have to have that in its place? All the different types of foods, that'll be next week. It's a big tosafot. We'll do it next week, God willing. Baruch Adonai Olam Amen Amen. Rabbi Hananiah ben Akashya Omer Efra Kadish. Ta'asa HaKadosh Baruch Hu lezachot et Yisrael v'chach.